the words above and beyond don't explain the kind of work that all of your members did over the last 5 months. My grandfather was a TWU Local 100 mechanic in the Coney Island yards. The work all your members do is so essential to making New York run and work. So I would love to get some insight from all of you about 24/7 service in the New York City subways, especially President Utano. What is it possible? Is it safe? Should we do it? Because I know it's very concerning for many of my constituents that feel we've lost an aspect of city life and we may not get it back.
Beginning of that question, I'm sorry.
24-hour service of the subways. Is it possible to get back? Is it safe to get back to doing that? Because I know lots of my constituents want to see 24-hour service of the subways continue or be reinstated.
I believe that if we could sit down with a plan together, we can do it. We have lots of people working here. We have lots of cleaners able to do it. We don't need to bring the private contractors in and spend money. We need to start using the resources that we have in-house. We can't keep going outside, getting consultants and getting everybody to tell us what to do. I think we could sit at the table and I think we could come up with a plan. Yes.
And can you tell me more about those private contractors? Because I've heard of that. I've heard that the MTA is using them. How many are they using and why are they not using your members to clean subway stations?
Okay. They are using our members to clean. When the pandemic first hit and they changed the regulations to clean every 24 hours, it was a little difficult because of a lot of our members were sick from the virus. Okay, so they brought the contractors in because we didn't have the manpower. But now we're in pretty much full force. We know now what we need to do to protect ourselves. We know we need to wear masks. We need to know we have to social distance. We know the rules. And if we sit down, I think we can come up with a plan. I think together we can come up with a plan to clean the trains. They have other stuff that they're investigating right now, right? They're doing the UV lights. They're doing the spraying. I believe they're purchasing these sprayers. Our cleaners can go in and spray the trains just as quickly instead of standing there wiping it down. You can get those sprayers and spray them. And there are other things that they're looking at that can expedite the process.
President Utano or anyone else, because goes the same for the commuter rails. What, in your opinion, how much capacity could the system handle as more people maybe go back to work or school? How many more trains do we need to run? How safe is it for folks to be on subway cars or in buses, and at what capacity? Because that's obviously the thing that so many folks are grappling with is, are kids going to start going back to school, more people going back to work, people moving around? What do we need to do to make sure that your members are safe, but that also commuters are safe, and that we have the capacity in the system to make sure they stay safe?
Yeah, I'll touch on that. For Metro North, it's mask adherence. So a conductor can only do so much. Tell a passenger, hey, please wear your mask. The conductor walks away, same issue 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. So police presence on the trains is really needed. They could definitely, do things we can't. We've asked for it in numerous letters. It's been kind of pretty much ignored by the officials at Metro North, even at the MTA. They don't address it. And the other thing we can do, since mask adherence is difficult, and the MTA seems not to want to put the MTA police on the trains, is run the most service that you can. And that's something that ACRE has been pushing for. And I know the other commuter rail, Long Island, I'm sure would like the same. And I'm sure the TWU would also. If you can't put police on the trains to to make people and oversee them wearing masks, spread people out as much as you can.
Problem being is that the even though with social distancing, like Ed said about masks, wearing masks, and the areas that my operatives, my membership work and drive their bus, a lot of people will fight you on the mask. And the problem being is the social distancing is hard to keep on a bus, and we're losing part of that bus. And when they start opening that front door, our greatest concern that the operatives will start getting sick again. Because when they have that divider, numbers started going down. The pandemic with us started going down, and less operatives was getting sick. But the thing about it is they came up with this flimsy things and the last thing, use a curtain. We can't move the curtain. You can't see driving at night. But they all these provisions they're making, and like Tony said, there's other companies, other bus companies that run in Vegas and they're completely closed off from the public, and it protects the operator altogether. So we have to invest in new equipment, but they're trying all these stuff to change something, but you're not going after the real problem. The problem is that the operator will close that curtain when they're loading and unloading, but what happens when a passenger comes and asks a question and coughs or whatever? There's no time, there's no reaction time. There's no way to keep the operator safe. And the thing is about masks. And then the MTA tell you, well, we're trying to have people out there police it. We don't know how. We can't enforce it. We really can't tell them how. And when the comments Floyd said that we have people wearing masks, I don't think that's fully truthful. Not all communities wear their mask, really.
Thank you.
And when school starts, these buses are getting more crowded. Really are.
It has to be enforced. It has to be enforced by the police, not our members, because our members are always the target. We don't carry guns. We transport people to where they got to go safely to get to their job. We become the targets. They have TBTA people, they have police, MTA cops, they have transit cops. They need to do some kind of hit and continuous hit to show people that sporadically they're gonna pop on buses, they're gonna pop on the trains, and then people are gonna say, I better wear my mask, and they gotta enforce it, and maybe give a person a ticket for not wearing a mask. You know what? Give them $100 ticket. And I know it's hard for people to pay the ticket, but you know what? It's a lot harder to go to a funeral for somebody who passed away because you didn't wear your mask.